Hi, welcome to Good Morning News Show here. I am Alejandro Arellano.
And I am Fernando Elias.
Well, today we have several very interesting topics to discuss on this desk today. Well, first we're going to start about London firefighters who make a strike on their contracts. Well, Fernando, what about this situation happening there in London?
Well, good morning first. Well, as you know, many workers as firefighters don't like to go to strikes and lose days of work and money, their salary, etc. But they hate even more to be bullied by the unions and by the city authorities that they are not paying well. For example, the union has given London Fire Brigade until Friday, 2 days, to decide if they go to a strike or not. So they have to think very well this situation because they are making a big conflict among the London Fire Brigades Union and the Fire Brigades in England Union, that it's the whole nation state.
Well, more about this news is that Brian Coleman, the chairman of London Fire and Emergency Planning Authority, said it was disappointing and saddening that the firefighters went to strike because of their contracts, because he said in this situation the only losers are going to be the same firefighters. Well, the workers have already been taking action short of strike, including an overtime ban, and since last month they're been taking this action. Likewise, London Fire Brigade has withdrawn 27 fire engines from stations across the capital under contingency plans to deal with possible walkouts. Well, this minute we'll be discussing our personal point of view about this situation, and well, I personally think that the chairman Brian Coleman is right in this about the statement he made last week. Well, if the fire workers made this strike, well, the only losers are going to be them. I mean, I don't see how they can get something positive about this.
Well, I do not agree with you, Alejandro. I know that, for example, many workers are asking for their better salaries, better prestations, rights, etc. in the jobs. But here we are watching a job that is vital, that is fundamental for the city. Firefighters, for example, imagine if an accident occurs, fire in a big building in London, for example, or whatever accident that occurs. The firefighters will be in strikes, and the other side, for example, the economic side, it's better for the firefighters to think more and deeply the situation and to go in reunions with the unions and with the city authorities to go into a treaty that can let the salary to be higher, and with this have no strikes or no damage to the city if an accident occurs.
A strike by the FBU will be unnecessary and unjustified. This was said by Brian Coleman, the same chairman. Well, this time I had to agree with him again. Well, thank you. That was our minute of discussion.
Thank you, Fernando and Alejandro. Now, I'm going to talk about India and a breaking news that happened weeks ago. In the important newspaper New York Times, according to it, Indian government pledged to a more devoted attention to the renewable resources, energy, water conservation, and the preservation of the natural resources as their first plan to combat climate change. The problem is that they didn't specifically set the targets and the objectives they had. The Prime Minister Mohammed Singh acknowledged that the climate change is a dangerous problem, as we all know, and the plan strengthens areas as the position in India to combat this problem. As we know, the developed countries are the ones that generate the most emissions and causes the global warming, and they have a responsibility to solve it. There's a possibility of a breakdown in the fragile ecosystem we live, and India traditionally treats nature as a source of livelihood and living place, and not as a source of energy alone. This culture should be not only in India but also in other countries, in order to don't see life as a source of energy but also as our environment and our living place. Moreover, India is promoting the use of solar energy and encouraging the use of sustainable energy, conserving water, and preserving the ecosystems. But what is not clear is that how much money is India going to spend in this project, and who will coordinate the actions and how to make this assessment. India is categorized as the fourth largest emitter of carbon dioxide, which is one of the most important gases linked to the climate change, after the United States, Russia, China. However, individually, India emits less carbon dioxide per people than those mentioned. The rapid economic growth and the large populations cause India and China be one of the most contributing countries to the emissions and the contaminations. Scientists and other international organizations argue that the change cannot be achieved without China and India contributing to this.
So well, Esteban, I think the same as you, that some countries start worrying about to take care of our environment, of making some rules and making some limits on the emission of toxic gases to the atmosphere. So this is going to help a lot to our environment, and this is something that we have to recognize to these countries, because this is not easy as it looks. So this is very important to China and India, because these countries are the most that contaminates all the environment. So this is very good for taking care of our environment. Thank you.